This video will be on XML validation. So for this you need to download Notepad++ software first. So open a browser and just search for Notepad++. So this is the official website where you can download Notepad++. So I'm downloading this version of 8.66, 8.6.6. Take your machine's configuration. If it is a 64-bit machine, download using this first option, and if it is a 32-bit machine, download using this installer option. So I have installed it. So this is the installer. So double click on this. So this will install step by step. Finish the installation and then open the software. So you will have the window like this. In that, after you open it for the first time, go to plugins, plugin admins. So here you'll be having all the available packages or the plugins what you can add to Notepad++. So here we are going to use Notepad++ for XML validation. So you have to search for XML tools. Since I've already installed this particular plugin, I could not find XML tools over here. But if you click on this installed tab, you can find out the XML tools. So for the first time users, that is once you install Notepad++ and click on this plugin admins, your XML tools plugin is going to be on this available tab and not in the install tab. So go to available tab, find XML tools, click on it and just have a click on it and make an installation. Press this button install. So it will install, it will download the software and then it will install it to your system. And once it is successfully installed, sometimes it may ask for a restart. So if that is the case, you allow it to restart. Notepad++ will close itself and it will restart. And now if you see, you will be having the XML tool installed inside this install tab. Okay, so I have done it earlier, so you can find it here. So this is the first step you should be doing. And then close this window and open a new file. Just click on this, click on new, and it will give you a new window. And here you have to save the XML schema document separately and the XML document separately. So first I'm going to explain the XML schema document, which you have to store as with the extension .xsd, and the actual XML document file you have to store with extension .xml. Okay, so the schema document to be saved with extension .xsd. So, and this indentation is also very important. You have to see to that you are using the proper indentation everywhere. So this first statement over here in the XML schema document. So before I explain the syntax, you should understand that in XML, the schema document is going to contain the data definition and the XML document is going to contain the content of the document. Or if you consider the high level languages, the XML schema document is like a library or a header where you are going to define the structure of the document. Okay, so XML file will contain the actual values. If you assume it is a relational database management system, it is like the XSD document is like creating the structure of the table, and the XML document is like entering the value into the table. So just have an imagination or just correlate the idea you have about relational database management system to XML in this way. So the XML schema document is going to contain all the declarations, all the definitions or the structure of the table. What is the name of the table, what you're going to give, what are all the columns it will have, what is the type of the columns. So these things you're going to include in the XML schema document. And in the actual XML file, you are going to have the values. What is the insertion, what you make in RDBMS, you can equate to the XML document. The actual values to be inserted into the table, you have to put it in the XML document. So what you're going to do is, when you create an XML document with respect to a particular declaration, that is XML schema document, you have to validate whether the XML document is created according to the structure what is already defined. The structure is in which file? It is there in the XML schema document file. So schema documentல என்னெல்லாம் டிக்ளரேஷன் இருக்குன்னு நம்ம சொல்லியிருக்கோம். ஒரு டேபிளில் என்ன காலம் இருக்கணும், என்ன டைப்பில் இருக்கணும்னு, இதை பொறுத்து தான் நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்ணுற எக்ஸ்எம்எல் டாக்குமெண்ட்டை நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்ணோம். ஸோ எக்ஸ்எம்எல் டாக்குமெண்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் அந்த டாக்குமெண்ட்டை நம்ம அந்த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் படி தான் கிரியேட் பண்ணியிருக்கோமான்னு செக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நம்ம இப்போ ஒரு ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ண போகிறோம். ஆர் வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு ஃபாலோ அ ப்ரொசீஜர் வித் த ஹெல்ப் ஆஃப் Notepad++. ஸோ ஒரு எக்ஸ்எம்எல் டாக்குமெண்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணிவிட்டு அது ஸ்ட்ரக்சரில் தான் இருக்கா, கரெக்டான டிக்ளரேஷன் படி தான் நம்ம கிரியேட் பண்ணியிருக்கோமான்னு நம்மளால் வேலிடேட் பண்ண முடியும் with the help of this software Notepad++. So that is the exercise according to the syllabus, right? Now coming to the XML schema document, the first statement is of course the version of the XML what you are using, the encoding format what you are going to use, and the XML schema namespace which is available in this particular website. Okay, and now this is the these two are like a header we include into any schema document, and line 4 from on it is very specific to the schema what you are going to create. Now the structure what you are going to create is for a shipping order, that is you are going to someone has placed an order for shipment of a particular item or a set of item. So this every column or every tag we call it as an element, and every element will have sub elements and so on, and every element has attributes also. So here the first is the root element, because this is the first element I call it as a root element. So this root element is having the name as ship order. So shipment, you're going to have description about a order what we are going to place for shipping a set of items. Okay, so the name of this particular element is ship order. It is a complex type, which means that it will have sub-elements. When I say this element is of type complex, it means that it is going to have many sub-elements to it. And sequence defines that it is going to have a number of sub-elements inside. Okay, so now what are the number of sub-elements inside? There is going to be another sub-element. So again this tag is defined as element. The name of the element is order person. So whenever you are making a shipping order, you have to place the order on someone's name. So the name of the person who is ordering it, it is called as order person, and the person name should be of a particular type, right? Data type. So type is equal to string. Okay, and next element is, so since you are having two elements or two or more elements in sequence, we are going to include the tag called sequence. And next element is every order is shipped to a particular address. So this particular name of this element is ship to, that is, which means that the address to which I have to ship. So now again this ship to is not a simple element, it is a complex type. So I am including the tag complex type, and it is going to have one or more sub elements. So I include the next tag called sequence, and the sub elements are 4 sub elements are there. So all the 4 sub elements are enclosed within this sequence, which is starting in line number 10 and ending in line number 15. So this first sub element is, when we are shipping to a particular address, the address should have the name of the person to whom we are sending it, right? Suppose if you are sending a gift, I should send to a particular person. So the name of the person. So whenever I say name of the person, it is going to be a string, and then address of the person, which is going to be again a string. Say this may be like a door number or something, and then this is the city to which he belongs to, that is again a string. The country to which he belongs to, again that is a string. And now this sequence is ending here, so I close it, close the tag. Every ending tag will start with a slash. Again this complex type is ending here, so I close it with a tag, and this element is ending here, so I close it with a tag here. Okay, and next in the same indentation level, so I have given for this particular shipment, I have a person who is ordering it, I have an address to which I am going to send this, and I have a list of items also. So this element is going to have the item which I am going to ship. So see here, there is another specific attribute here apart from type, that is maximum occurrence, whether this element should occur one or more times. So the maximum occurrence is unbounded. Unbounded means you can ship any number of items, you can have any number of items in the XML document. But every item will follow the same structure. Every item will have a title, will have a note, will have quantity, that is a number of item what you want to purchase, and the price of the item. So not one item. In a shipment, there is no restriction that you have to ship only one item. You can ship one or more items. So to specify that, you are going to use an attribute called maximum occurrence, and you are setting the boundary as unbounded, which means that you can add any number of items which need to be shipped to a particular person. And now this is again a complex type, and it has a sequence of element. And what are the elements? See, every item has got an item code or item title or item name. Yes, maybe I am buying a kurta, I am buying a pen, I am buying something. So what is the title, the name of the item you are purchasing? And of course, the name of the item is going to be a string data type. And next is some description of it, maybe the color of the item or the weight of the item. Suppose if I am purchasing some health drink or something, it may be of some measure, right? Some description. Or if I purchase a dress, it may be of a particular color or particular size. So if you want to specify any note or description, you can use this particular element called note, and this is again a string. But see here, I am going to add another specific attribute called minimum occurrence this time. This minimum occurrence means it is 0, which means that either this element can occur, or even if it is not occur, it is not a problem, because I have set the minimum occurrence to 0. அதாவது சில ஐட்டத்துக்கு நோட் இருக்கலாம், டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் இருக்கலாம், பட் சில ஐட்டத்துக்கு நோட் இல்லாமல் இருந்தாலும் அதை அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கும். XML டாக்குமெண்ட்டில் நோட் இல்லை, ஐட்டத்துக்கு நோட் இல்லைனாலும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. அப்போ நம்ம டிக்ளரேஷன் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம அதை என்னன்னு சொல்கிறோம், மினிமம் அக்கரன்ஸ் 0ன்னு சொல்லிடுறோம். அப்போது இந்த எலமெண்ட் இல்லாமலும் இருக்கலாம். ஓகே, பட் ஆல் த அதர் ஐட்டம்ஸ் தே ஷுட் அக்கர், கண்டிப்பாக அது அக்கர் ஆகணும். பட் நோட் வந்து இல்லாட்டியும் வேலிடேஷன் அப்போ அது எரர் சொல்லாது. ஓகேவா? அடுத்தது ஐட்டமோட குவான்டிட்டி கண்டிப்பாக இது இருக்கணும் இல்லையா? ஹவு மெனி ஐட்டம்ஸ் யூ ஆர் பர்ச்சேசிங், த குவான்டிட்டி ஆஃப் த ஐட்டம். See here the data type is not string because it's going to be a number. I'm going to declare this particular element as a positive integer. It cannot be negative also. Okay, and the last one is the price of the item. Price of the item, it is a decimal. Okay, because it has some floating point value, so I am declaring it as a decimal. Now I close this sequence of description for an item, and I close this complex type, and I close this element also. And finally, the shipment order is going to have, that is this particular element, the topmost element, ship order is going to have a mandatory attribute called order ID. Every shipping order should have an ID. Okay, so this is an attribute, it is not an element, it is an attribute. The name of the attribute is order ID. The type of the attribute is string, and use is equal to required. It means that it is a mandate. Without an order ID, any XML document cannot be created. So now we close the schema, save this file as a .xsd, and now coming to the next file. Open a new file again, type all this contents and save it as some file name .xml. Now this is the actual value what you are going to put inside the structure. So what we have created a table called ship order. As you know, like நம்ம RDBMSல கிரியேட் பண்ண டேபிள் மாதிரி இதை எடுத்துக்கணும்னா, I have created a table whose name is called ship order. அதில் என்னெல்லாம் காலம்ஸ் இருக்குது, ஆர்டர் பர்சன், யார் ஆர்டர் பண்ணா, யாருக்கு அதை ஷிப் பண்ண போகிறாங்க, ஓகே, அந்த பர்சனுக்கு நம்ம யாருக்கு சென்ட் பண்ணுறோமோ அந்த பர்சனோட நேம், அவங்களோட வீடு, அவங்களோட சிட்டி, அவங்க கண்ட்ரி, அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னெல்லாம் ஐட்டம் நம்ம ஷிப் பண்ணுறோம், ஒவ்வொரு ஐட்டத்தோட டைட்டில், தட் இஸ் நேம், டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் இருந்தால் அது, எவ்வளோ குவான்டிட்டி நம்ம பர்ச்சேஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், அந்த குவான்டிட்டியோட ப்ரைஸ் என்ன, இது எல்லாமே நம்ம இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம் அந்த டேபிளில். பட் இன்னும் வேல்யூ இல்லை, ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் தான் சொல்லியிருக்கிறோம். வேல்யூ நம்ம எங்கே வைக்க போகிறோம், XML டாக்குமெண்ட்டில் வைக்க போகிறோம். See here again you are defining the structure, that is a header, XML ஓட version என்ன, encoding format என்னன்னு சொல்லிட்டோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் this XML document, the element name is ship order. Okay, so that is it, and the attribute is order ID is equal to some number, some unique ID you have to assign. every shipping order will have a unique ID. So now this unique ID is 889923. So this you can change according to the different orders. The user can assign a number. And this is where, so this is important, no namespace schema location. Here you have to specify the XML schema document which you are referring here. That is, in the XML document, எந்த schema document reference வச்சு நம்ம create பண்றோமோ அந்த schema document ஓட name with location you have to specify. So here the name of the XML schema document is shiporder.xsd. இதில் நம்ம வந்து ஒரே ஒர்க்கிங் டைரக்டரியில் வைக்கல அப்படின்னா இந்த பாத் என்டையர் பாத் வந்து கொடுத்துடணும். அந்த ஃபைலோட என்டையர் பாத்தை யூ ஹாவ் டு ஸ்பெசிஃபை ஹியர் shiporder.xsd. ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து ஹெடர் மாதிரி ஆர் டிக்ளரேஷன். இந்த டிக்ளரேஷனை பொறுத்து தான் நம்ம வந்து எக்ஸ்எம்எல் டாக்குமெண்ட்டை க்ரியேட் பண்ணுறோம். ஓகேவா? ஸோ இப்போது இந்த எக்ஸ்எம்எல் டாக்குமெண்ட்குள்ளே ஃபஸ்ட்டு டேக், ஃபஸ்ட் எலிமெண்ட் நம்ம என்ன க்ரியேட் பண்ணோம், என் ஆர்டர் பண்ணுற பர்சனோட நேம். ஸோ ஆர்டர் பர்சன் டேக், அதுக்குள்ளே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், அந்த நேம் கொடுக்குறோம். பிகாஸ் நவ் we are populating the values, that is we are creating a record. So who is ordering it? John Smith. So this is an open tag, this is an end tag. Okay, because it is a simple element. And followed by you are having ship to, which is a complex type element, which is having a sequence of name of the person to which we are shipping, to whom we are shipping this product, and then the address of that person, the city to which he belongs to, and the country to which he belongs to. See, Norway is a country. Okay, you are specifying the values, and then after specifying the address, you have to specify the list of items which you are going to ship. So what is the item, the title of the item, and then any description if it is there, that you have to include a note, and then the quantity, the number of items you are going to purchase, and then the price. See, there is more than one item, because we have said that item can occur any number of times. So here we have repeated twice, I guess. Yes, there are two items. The second item is having a title, a quantity, and price. It is not having a note. Okay, note is not a mandate, because we have said the minimum occurrence of note as 0. So even if it is not occurring, the validation process will not throw an error. But if you delete any mandatory required tag, if you are missing it, now the validation process will say an error. So after typing everything, now save this file as some file name .xml. Now to make a validation, go to this plugin again, choose XML tools, and now choose the option validate now. If you have done everything right, if entire structure is going to be okay, then you will be having a pop-up window showing no error detected. Got it? So if you are making any error in the schema document, or if you have made any error in the XML document, here it will show the error, right? So this is an error-free file, and so you are not getting any error. Yes, thank you.